Uncomfortable again. We go from very uncomfortable to comfortable, like I was now. I wasn't in training, I wasn't drowning. You never want to go back to being uncomfortable again. So I'm sitting there relaxing, chilling out. I'm thinking, oh man, you're going to kick me out of here. I'm not going to quit though. So this is good. I don't want to get back in the water ever again so I can leave training. So this is my thought process. The doc calls me in a week later. I'm skipping down to the doc. I'm thinking, I'm getting not good. It's not good. I'm like, okay, let me see. I've been here 6 weeks, 7 weeks, 3 weeks left. I can tough it out.
1, 2,
I'm walking back
3,
to my
4,
compound,
5,
up into the head of the
6,
school, walking to
7,
see all the school. I
8,
said, hey, so
9,
let me back in the training.
and pop number 1.
A week of
Come get
training
you
is a
some.
very important block of training you miss. You have to start from day 1. But when you're insecure like I was, and you're afraid of the world where mediocrity is often rewarded. These men detest mediocrity. I sat there and I had time to reflect back on my life. Being bullied, coming from nothing, learning disabilities, messed up foundation. Life isn't fair at all.
1,
At all.
2, 3,
So what are you going to do about
4,
it? I knew that no one would come back to help me.
7,
No one would miracle me to be something. And even though the world helped me get here, my false reality helped me even more. Your best work has to come when you're least motivated. Where does that come from? It comes from basically stop thinking normal. I had to stop thinking normal. I can no longer be a common man walking around doing common things. But no one taught me this stuff. No one like I had, I paid a trainer to come train me, Diddy Craig to come down and miracle my action. None of this happened. It was on me. And how can you get through?
Top number 3, ain't no motherfucker alive that can get it like me.
You have to make the decision.
And that's a fucking guarantee.
Whether you want to be a badass, or whether you just want to be mediocre, everything's okay. But being a badass hurts. Real bad. And that's why I want to do it. So, over the next 2.5 months, I won't go into the details. I lost the weight. I went back to recruiters and I went to Bud's, Navy SEAL training. And I was the only person in history of Navy SEAL training to go through 3 hell weeks in 1 year. Hell week is 130 hours of continuous training. And starts on Sunday, ends on Friday. You might get 2 hours of sleep. And I did all that in 1 year. Why did I do that in 1 year? Because to chase again. There was an old crusty commanding officer named Captain Bowen. Captain Bowen was an old Vietnam vet. This is his last tour duty. And he believed, so over 70 years this training's been going on. He believed no matter where you were at, you will start from day 1 if you don't make it through. We are leaving a lot on the table. My book is called Can't Hurt Me.
2,
Why is it called Can't Hurt Me?
4,
Life isn't fair.
5,
You have
6,
to understand that.
7, 8,
It shouldn't be fair.
9,
It's a trial ground. It's a testing ground.
Top number 4. We only got a light 660 more. Light work champ.
Mentality is the only thing that gets us through life. I was an underdog. We are all underdogs in life. Even the baddest person, wherever you think you're from, when I got out of the sewer, I got to the road and looked around and said, can't hurt me. Nothing should be able to hurt you. If you believe that, it starts to become true. Because honestly, I started shaving my head at a young age. And I lied so much because I wanted everybody to like me. I wanted to be accepted so badly. So whatever you liked, I liked. I mean, I liked it. But just so you like me, that's what I thought about.
2,
For a period of time,
4,
look in that mirror every day. You can't lie to yourself, man. That dirty bathroom mirror that you get, all that daggone toothpaste on it.
Pop 13. Pop number 5. Thank God I'm alive. I was thinking about how many miles I ran.
That voice in our head that tells us the truth every single day that we try to run away from it because we're scared of this, let's go this way. It started gnawing at me so horribly bad that it wouldn't allow me to live in it without facing me. I had to go back in the dungeon. So when I tell my story, I tell it on a very surface level. I had to go down in the dungeon, the sewer where my mind used to be at, and talk to that guy. Because I wanted to live my life in a way that when I died, I was proud of myself. I know what pride felt like. And if it took pushing myself to death, I was going to do that. If I want to look in that mirror, not impress anybody, not money, not fame, not nothing. I wanted to impress the guy in the damn and I worked endlessly and tirelessly.
Pop, number 6. I told you, motherfuckers. I do this shit just for fucking kicks.
Leadership is being very uncomfortable all the time. It is holding yourself to such a standard that is almost untouchable. You may not have any friends. You may have a jacked up life. Maybe have a jacked up marriage. It's being unbalanced. You literally dedicated your life to a higher cause. That's like, okay, let's say we're going to work out at 5 o'clock. And I'm in charge. I'm the leader. My guys and my girls, wherever they be, need to see me running to work at 3:30. I need to take every excuse that they may have away from me. They need to see me out working them every day, not trying to push them down, but say, "Man, doing this, man."
Pop, number 7. Say a prayer.
Say no.
Up to heaven, number 7.
I get asked every day. I cannot say no to him. He's leading by example. So that's what it's all about. It's about, and people say lead by example. It's so easy to say that, man. It's so easy to say that, but to do that every day, wake up every day miserable, say, God, I don't want to get anymore. That's when you know you're a leader. When you're at that point, you're saying yourself every night, it's Groundhog Day. Every single day, you know, I'm going back in the lab again, man. I'm going back in the lab every single day. You know what I'm going to end. That's when you know you're dealing with it. People are scoring the touchdowns, man. It must be a line. It's crazy. Do me.
10. Pop, number 8. I'm looking good and feeling great. Or is it feeling good and looking great? Let them hate. They need to get off their ass and participate. Wake their ass up.
You do these podcasts, man. So not nothing against you, but I'm not about all this stuff. I'm not one that likes to hear himself talk a lot. About action, and action means less talking and more doing. So that's again. I'm always looking for what's the next thing for myself. How can I grow? And that right there was the next thing for me. You know, I didn't want to sit back and, you know, just enjoy my retirement from the military. There's no growth in that. So I decided to go out and do this. Sometimes there is a way to get out, but a lot of times it's just, you know, if someone gets hurt on the jump, a lot of times we have to build, like cut down a bunch of trees so a helicopter can come in, land, and get them out. So we have only access.
Pop, number 9. God damn, I'm feeling fine. I'm really aging like some fine wine.
Get us in, get us out.
This is what I call a fun time.
So when I'm out there, man, there's a lot of daylight.
In the middle of the summer, like that's right, when you've got tons of
right. That's right. So there's not much dark. So you're basically working a lot of hours. So, and then when it gets dark, you're actually working through the nighttime. And then you get a little rest, and you wake up and you're at it again. And then when the fire's out, you control the fire, make sure there's no more hot spots, make sure everything is black and wet, because we literally wet the whole area down. So there's no hot spots. And then when that's all done, we'll demo, which means we'll clean up all the stuff, all our hoses. You know, we'll pack up all our stuff, and then we'll get out of there. People
1, 2,
didn't know
3,
that,
4,
you know, I'm actually successful in business. And didn't realize that I basically turned down
10.
millions of dollars.
That's 100 in the bag. We got 600 left. Plus, we just ran 14 miles. And I already got 100 push-ups on the day. Plus a superset. I mean, this is light, bro. Light work, bro. Easy. Easy.
for speaking to corporations and stuff like that. The goal for me is in that $12 to $15 an hour. When you're out there and it's like 20 degrees and you freeze your ass off. You think, you know what? I'm here. And you start questioning yourself why you're here. And there's a lot of growth in that. But there's a lot of thought behind a person being a born loser, becoming a millionaire today. You always wake up and just rocky. You gotta wake up and think about, there's a process to get better. And that process is never finished. You have to learn to cap success. So what I do is, like right now, I don't like doing podcasts. There's a lot of things I don't do, have to do now to get the message out there to help people out. And what I mean by capping success, I believe everybody should live their life. So everything that someone says in life, take it with a grain of salt. Take what they give and don't be like, oh, David Goggins said this, or whoever said this. No, it's different than yours or anybody else's. I have to go into a situation where, okay, I'm a guy who wants to make people better. For people to get better, I have to continuously get better myself. For me to do that, I can't just say, oh, I have this resume. The resume is there forever. I'm good. I have to cap my success because for me to help people out, I can't just say I did it once and I'm good. I have to continue to reinvent the wheel of the mind and figure out more and more ways to pull. Because in a way, where I can hit all 25 people, it needs to be broad enough to where all 25 people may not like the message, but they're getting something from it. And that is evolution. You must continue to evolve. And you don't evolve, for me, in my job, unless I cap myself somewhere. Say, okay, you made this much money, get back to work. It's time to get back to work. Stop doing self-talk. Get off the pot. I must cap myself, come back with better, more unique knowledge. All that cookie cutter knowledge that's out there, that's why people buy the books I have, because it's not cookie cutter. We all have a story. We're all teachers. We're all teachers. And if you don't learn something and get back like what you learned, what's the point of it? Yeah, you get all this knowledge of what you learned. Some people may think you're crazy. Some people may, make power on you. But it's those few people who are like, you know what, I need to do this. So you have to get this out there. I'll expose myself.
And Pop number 11. Say a prayer up to heaven. It's going to be a sweat session, and I'm handing out lessons.
I can't control people calling me. I can't control all these things. But there were things that kept me down. It started becoming my reality. My reality was what they made it out to be. And I became the most important conversation you'll ever have with your life, in your life is to yourself. And my conversation was absolutely horrifying. I'm done. I'm nobody. My dad was great in mental warfare. A drug insecure man. Will make everybody around him feel like that's so much to give you so much. That's why you're so.
And Pop number 12. Looking good, feeling swell. That's 120 in the bag. We got 500 left. Here to motivate, not to brag.
So when, at a young age, your parents put a dialogue in you of confidence, or you know about it. And that's what's in my head. I'm losing. And then it was confirmed when I got in school. In the 3rd grade, I was falling behind. They were putting me in a special school. With kids who can't learn. It was confirmed, what my dad was saying. And that confirmed it. Then I started cheating. So I started realizing, you know what? I'm taking it easy again. Then it started to fall. Now they need
1, 2,
but they wasn't all good. What happens is, you start to get this picture that everybody uses.
9,
reality becomes so
10, Pop 13, and my house is super clean.
Right, but it was the whole town. Everybody hated it. So, that's right. And that's when it became toxic. And that is where I became my worst enemy. I wasn't really smart with books. I was really smart with kids' life. And I was able to sit back and watch her mistakes. I was able to see how she struggled through life and how I don't want to struggle through life. And I was able to see she never picked me up. The biggest thing she did for me, this is honestly not true. And she said, she did it. So that would bless that was big. When I was at the bottom of the soup, she never picked me up. She never gave me that cookies and said, it'll be okay. She didn't have time for that. And sometimes she gets upset when I talk about my past because it paints her out to be not the best mom. If I had any kind of mom in that kind of environment,
Pop 14. Come on, gang. Blow it up for me. Just don't report me.
So you better figure this out, or you're going to be a statistic. And this is something that she didn't sit down and tell me. I realized this. This is the world that is in front of me. And what most people do is they see this world and they look at it as an excuse to get out of it. I started looking at it as this is the ultimate training ground for the rest of my life. I have all these valuable lessons. If you look at the world right now today, it's not a nice place. I'm very prepared for it. I'm prepared for all the failures on my way. I'm prepared for everything already. And that's the biggest lesson that she taught me by not teaching me. By never saying it's going to be okay. Matter of fact, she told me that once. Why sucks. The best way to do it for me is do something at a very
Pop 15. Come on, gang. Nice and fucking clean.
Refuel it. With the nutrients. As if your blood's flowing, the nutrients is going through all your cells in your body. All that glycogen is now flowing. Add a little herb. It's not burning. It's refueling. So every Sunday you do that. And it kind of snowballs you as she begins.
What about wonderful pistachios? They're tasty and healthy. Really?
One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Tampax protection system for up to 100%
Yes. Pop 16. Nice and fucking clean.
One destination. You get them all. Like Willow 360. Experts cruising at private markets, curated in one portfolio. See? That's it. With millions of listings on apartments.com
and homes.com.
you're going to find virtually any place you can live.
Maybe quicker than just the places you can't, like
A bungalow atop Old Bay.
the DMV.
Mission possibly perceived stand bar. It's
1, 2,
Dresshouse yard.
3, 4,
Otherwise,
5,
You can live in it. You're going to find it on apartments.com.
and homes.com. The place.
9,
The place.
10. Pop 17. Feeling oh so heavenly.
Everybody that hears this speak, they want to go straight to recovery. Work out first. Work out first. Before you talk to me about recovery,
How to recover yet?
work out. You know, always looking for, whenever I talk to people take my words and they put it in a way to where they want to feel comfortable. This guy, you know, they want to put you in a box. They want to put a title on it. Oh, if you put a title on it, you make yourself feel better about yourself. If you read this
1,
book of mine, you see
2,
where I came from.
3,
This person is not built. This person is not made by God. This person, sorry, this person was built. I made this person.
Pop number 18. I guess they hate me. But no, they ain't me.
It's not yours. It's yours to own. If you're not smart, you're yourself dumb. It's okay. Because you are. But take that knife, put yourself down. You're fat. Put yourself fat. I used to be 200 pounds. We want to talk so soft to us. I'm looking for that recovery day. And that recovery day is everything in your life. Everything in your life is a recovery day. You're looking for it. It's not coming. It's not coming. Get over this recovery day. And that's the mentality I took with me. And what happened to that process was all the frivolous things of life started to fall away. I used to tell people lies so they would like me. And I was so insecure. You start to build yourself up. You start to have the one thing that we don't have is confidence. Real, authentic confidence.
Man, Pop 19, get like me.
You don't know. I'm walking over you now, and I know that hours, years, decades I put in the dead guys. That's something. It's not on the wall. It's not a trophy on the wall. It's not a medal on the neck. It is actually a feeling in your heart. You go, I want you to smile. I don't have to. Yeah, I do have a strong look at my face, but I'm a very focused person. But the thing I have in my soul and my heart, that's why I need to smile. I don't need to smile. I don't need to do this. Oh my God, you're really happy. It's happy, I'm happy. But if you do something that you want to see, I don't care you. I don't care how you perceive their values. Because through my journey, I figured out the one piece I was missing. I thought it was cars. I thought it was
And Pop number 20. Let's get this fucking money. 200 in the fucking bag. We got 500 left. Easy, not too crazy.
You sit down, you're not smart. You have disability. And you still want to be in the top of your class. I want to skip by. I can do hard work. And I can be the valedictorian. Like I put in 10 hours more than when you see that guy that's valedictorian, and you know I caught you, and but I have the work ethic to catch you. That's where David understood. Really, at the kitchen table, 20 spiral notebooks that were empty. And then 3 months later, they were full. And when you go through that, that's what happened in my storage unit. You go through these spiral notebooks of your life, and you're like, this is how I learned. This is unbelievable. There's no miles. It's not about the miles. It's that. Having a discipline every day to say, for me to learn this one math problem, it's going to take me 10 hours. And that's where, and you realize through hard work, you can outwork anybody, no matter how badass they are. But that's the part people don't want to dive into. It starts with yourself, man. You got to start diving into those things that you were afraid of. You don't gain confidence by going to a spot that makes you feel good. It's going to be a false reality. And the second life gives you that challenge, all you want to do is go back to what made you confidence, or what gave you confidence. Is that happy spot? No. What gives you confidence? What gave me confidence? Was fears. And it keeps me trying to learn how to read and write all my own. Realizing I can't learn the way I can't. But I can learn. What gives you confidence? Not being afraid. It's overcoming the fear. I just started to really bad. So right now, I'm not trying to make you watch this. You know what gives me confidence? Because I no longer care if I say or start stuttering again. That's what gives me confidence, is facing these things, overcoming them. And maybe not overcoming them every day, but face it. Face it. There's a pretty thing like this. Oh man, this is exactly. It's not in that comfort zone. It's in the discomfort zone. Is where my confidence is getting built. That's where it's getting built. But people want an easier answer. There has to be an easier way. It's not. I'm sorry. I searched for it my entire life. I coach a lot of people nowadays, billionaires. The told me before, he said, man, I'm still missing something. It's because they did what they could. And they had this beautiful family, 2 and 3 houses, cars, everything. That's everything in the world. On the outside, really like my God, how can you be unhappy? I walk around with a backpack with all my stuff in it, no car. And I walk around happiest person in the world.
1, 2,
Happy
3,
self. It's
4,
because
5,
I found out the whole key to life. It's not all that.
9, 10, 5, 21. Get off that ass. You come get you some.
Because they never examined. I call it my live autopsy. They never examined this. Happiness, peace, enlightenment, it's all up here, man. It's all up here. We all have different things in our life that have scars. We would act like those scars don't exist. Those scars, like, you go out where you get cut. That scar is going to be there on your arm. You go down and look at that cut and say, oh, or that scar and say, well, that happened from, I was in the kitchen and it happened. We have the same thing on our brain. I have all these scars on my brain from growing up, from, being abused, from suffering through life, from having learning disability, from stuttering, from having just a really bad childhood. And so all those memories, I had to cut open that scar and go into it. And that was a hard process for me to do. Not only that, a hard process for me to do, we had the courage to share that with people, because I'm the so-called toughest man on the planet. So they think. So for me to break open that shell and tell people, hey,
1,
that wasn't always
2,
me.
3,
It's
4,
hard to do,
5,
It's hard to do.
6,
It's a tough process.
7,
Throughout this
8,
journey, I started to
9,
become this new person.
10, 5, 22. Hey guys, I'm just like you. If I can do it, you can too.
I knew the real story. And I was like, man, one day we have to really share it. I'm like, man, but you have the courage. It's great to live right here. I've established this here, think you're great. Just stay here. Don't go back. Let's not go back. But the only way you can help people out is let them know that this is possible. So I had to go back and say, this is where I come from. Yeah. And where I come from is hell. It happened when I could never get over the hump. I kept on feeling like I was getting over the hump. And then one little windstorm, small little windstorm would come by and push me back to
3, 4, 5,
why am I not
6,
I'm learning how to read now. So I was junior in high school, couldn't read that. Before the reading level.
10, pop, 23. Come on, gang. Blow it up for me.
Whenever the first real big challenge would come, that little windstorm would push me back in the hole. And I realized that I'm fixing stuff on the surface level. I'm all surface, man. I'm not going deep into the cellar of my mind and fixing the foundation of my soul. My soul is broken. But I knew I could fix it, but I was afraid to go back. I was afraid to face the demons of my life. You start lying. You want anybody to know about you. So you start lying about who you're not. And start creating a person about who you want to be, but not who you are. So that's what I realized, man. I'm never going to get over the hurdle. I'm always living on the surface level.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
it's hard. We all have social media.
10, pop, 24, Kobe.
That's not the fix. This haunting voice in my head kept on saying, man, we got back. The only way you can go forward is to go all the way back. And that's very scary to do for everybody. The only way you're going to fix yourself is go all the way back. To the beginning, to your childhood. That's where everything starts. So one good thing is accountability. Never start with yourself. So what happens in my life was we started to get, I call it like the rucksack. The rucksack is the package you carry in the military, and you put all your stuff in it. Your radios, your food, your water, all that stuff. That's your backpack.
1, 2,
We all
3,
have a backpack.
4,
Most of ours
5,
is empty.
6,
And what we put in
8,
it is all the crap you're going through your life. That's
10,
backpack.
pop, 25. Thank God I'm still alive.
What you have to start doing is realizing that whenever you have I got called a lot. My dad abused me. Learning disability, stutters, immaturity, insecurity, self-doubt, so much crap on top of me. So much stuff. I lied a lot to create friends. So much stuff is in my backpack. No one's coming back to help me. So it starts with that person in that mirror. You have to realize you are on your own now. And whatever else you believe in, I don't care what you believe in, but on earth, it's a very lonely journey. And it starts with the accountability mirror, looking at saying, hey, my daddy beat the hell out of me, he's not coming back. All these things are coming back. I have to face myself.
2,
you have to
3,
own
4,
all those things
5,
that people may have done.
6,
now it's yours.
7,
You got to own
8,
it. It's yours now to fix
9,
the problems that people did to you. That makes no sense. It's not
10.
fair. I
Pop 26. I do this shit just for kicks.
Guess what? My dad did this to me. My mom did this to me. People who bullied did this to me. You're going to always live right there. You have to figure out ways to move forward because you're not coming back. You don't want to break open that callus, that scar in your mind. You don't want to break it. You have to break it open, let that blood flow. You let blood flow in your brain. You let all that stuff flow out. All that toxic stuff that you have trapped in there has to start flowing out now. So, like you said, you are doing this to yourself. Yes, people may have helped you get there, but it's now on you.
1,
That's a painful
2,
truth. It's a
3,
painful truth.
4,
Painful truth.
5,
All those people
6,
in high school,
7,
everything else,
8,
they don't know how you're going to end up. You
9,
gotta make sure that you are rewriting your book.
10.
You have to constantly
Pop
rewrite
27.
everything in your life.
Say a prayer.
And these aren't just words.
Up to
I say,
heaven,
this is how I have
27.
to live. Like, these are conversations I have with myself. And I say it everywhere I go. The most important conversation when you have with yourself. You live with it every single day. But most of our conversations are not the right ones. They're not the ones that are going to push us to the place we need to go. They're the ones that are going to keep us sitting in that toxic environment that you helped create and everybody else helped create, and you just live it. You live in that muck, and that conversation is playing in your head. That becomes you. We live in a world now that's so kind. We find a kind way around everything. Like, if you don't look good,
1,
I can find a kind way
3,
of saying I don't like
4,
you.
5,
That's not your
6,
approach. That's the
7,
approach you're looking for. That approach
8,
is not for you. Can't hurt me
9,
is not for you. The approach you have to take
10.
is I
Pop 28.
The conversation
Looking
is
good.
real awesome.
Feeling oh so fucking great. Let them hate.
I was fat. Don't find a kind word to say that, you know what, I gained so much. No, fat. When I couldn't read, not like, hey, you know, you can learn this. No, I cannot read. The fourth grade reading level, I'm struggling, and sometimes I call myself stupid. Not in a way to put myself down. Don't take it like my God is so important. Yeah, it's honest. The conversation has to become an honest conversation where you're at mentally. Where am I at mentally? I look like I feel like I'm not just, I'm falling behind in school. I'm lazy. My house is a mess. You have to look at what it is and
One,
call it what it is.
2,
Don't find
3,
words to make
4,
yourself feel better.
5, 6,
So we hang around people that
8,
make us feel better. That tell us
9,
what we want to hear, not what we need to hear.
10.
And so we stay away
Pop
from
29.
so we stay away from
Looking
people
good.
or until
Feeling
the
fine.
becomes that kind
That's 290 in the bag. We only got 410 more times. That's 41 more rhymes for you egg-headed motherfuckers looking like fucking Frankenstein.
what you are. Exactly. That's what there was no driven message of me trying to prove people wrong or whatever. It was 100% about me wanting to own my life. There's a lot of people I know that I speak with right now that have nice book deals out there, and the people who buy their book, they're publishing house, they can't even talk some of this stuff, you know, in, like a speaking engagements. And I'm like, look, you can't even talk your story. So, you know, like, I got to make sure that they're aware of it. I'm like, no, I want to own 100% of the suffering I went through in my life. I don't want anybody telling me, hey, God, you can't say this. I would lose my shit.
1,
But you know,
2,
I suffered this
3,
badly. You
4,
tell me I can't
5,
say this?
6,
There's been all kind of
7,
problems with that. So I make sure that I want all of them to me. They own all of their own life. So that's what it really is all about.
10. Pop. Number 30. The haters are mad. Their house is dirty. That's 300 in the fucking bag. We only got 400 left. Program time.
But I know what's coming. And it's kind of hard to almost separate that. I'm almost, not in a way I'm kissing my back, but I'm amazed at what a human being can actually do. So I start talking to myself in the third person. It's strictly because I know that I literally made this human being out of just like a whole bunch of scraps. And I wasn't, I wasn't a mechanic. I wasn't a carpenter. So I didn't know how to do this. I wasn't trained in how to build a human being from nothing. Like my mom didn't train me, my dad didn't train me, life didn't train me. Well, life didn't train me. Life did train me, correction. And I started putting this scrap metal together. I wonder what's going to happen. The first year I tried to do it all. And after a while, I started learning more and more and more through pain and stuff. I started learning so much about stuff. Before I knew it, man, I built this beautiful car. I'm like, how do I do that? And I knew I know how to do it because I have all the tools. Through all the failure I went through trying to build this person, thank God, the one thing that made me who I am today is being vulnerable. It's breaking myself down to the absolute rock bottom and being able to tell people who I am. That's how I fixed it. Literally, look somebody in the eyes, you know what, man? I have a whole bunch of character problems, character flaws. I've lied about this. I cheated here. I'm insecure here. This isn't the real me. I lied to you about that. I wanted your acceptance in life. All those things happen, but the thing about it is that we can judge so quickly about who we are. We don't know. We don't go to where it happened. Life created this person. Life created me to be this person I was back in the day. And I didn't realize that. That's okay, man. It's not my fault. Now you go back and fix this shit, though. So a lot of this isn't your fault. Why you do some things you do, why you feel the way you feel. But no one's coming back to save you. Right? You have to go back to where you started, wherever that place is for everybody, and have the courage to go back there and start fixing your broken. When you come from a small town, and you come from a place that a lot of people don't want to come out of it, get out of it, and all you want to do is become somebody, when you have small town mentality is real mentality. You've got to be able to get out and let your mind see open-mindedness. Because a small town, what it does to you is it closes your mind. Completely closes your mind. Not everybody. This isn't everybody. A lot of people. You have to be able to go out there and create open-mindedness. You need space. You need space to see the world. Like a lot of racism, a lot of ignorance in the world. It comes from people not being out and seeing other things, seeing other people, seeing all kinds of shit.
10.
That's why we judge.
Pop 31. Get off that ass and come get your son.
Of life. Period.
Have you been back to Brazil?
I went back to Brazil a couple times, and I have nothing wrong with Brazil. Because once again, you can't, another thing about growth is you can't hold on to hate. When I stepped out of it, I saw Brazil very differently. There were a lot of great people in Brazil. Some of the best people I knew were from Brazil. But when you're in hell, all you see is a little patch in front of you of the kids that are calling you.
3, 4,
people that spray paint paper are going to kill you in your car. People put this in your water. People put it on your notebook in Spanish class. That's all you see. You didn't see that. My God, a lot of people fuck like you.
10.
So once you take a step back,
Pop 32. If I can do it, so can you.
That's when you get growth. I had a learning disability. I was years old. I'm looking for comfort. I'm like, hey, don't bother your mama. You were not the man of the house. And I started becoming real protective of my mother at a young age. So I said, whatever you're going through, man, you're not going to tell your mom. And she didn't find out later through the school systems and through me failing, and through me, all these issues I went through. She found out a lot.
1, 2,
but,
3,
as much as I could from
4,
her, that really
5,
broadcast me
6,
raise
7,
yourself mentally. You're a lady
8,
in the deepest, darkest dungeon of all time.
9, 10. We still got 370 left.
You can count the number of ingredients in a bottle of pop on one finger. Just try not to do it with the finger you use when someone cuts you off in traffic.
Have you been looking for a skin-safe retinol? Consuming a retinol regenerating cream can help you restore that smooth, irritating skin.
Not well. RG Decker, tonight with ABC and Street on Hulu. Chevy trucks are as dependable as the Chevy people who drive them. They
1,
don't need no
2, 3,
They all have that
4,
extra
5,
something.
6.
I started really creating.
Pop, 34. Find a towel. Find the floor. We still got 360 more. Let's go, champ.
I was looking for strength with the entire life. I didn't have it. I was a really weak kid. My dad beat the living shit out of me. I was strong as a young kid. But me protecting my mom for so many years in that house, my dad made me very afraid because he beat the shit out of me every time we had. So in that, I want every man with courage. Every man with strength. At least this one does. So I found it in every way possible. If I see a strong guy, I'm like, okay, maybe he can teach me. You know what? If it comes down to this for me, how do I want to be doing? And that's the problem, man. Like nowadays.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Everybody,
7,
the mom is equal to me, the dad is equal to them, growing, everybody.
9,
So it's a tough question to ask because when I
10.
grew up, my mom
Pop, 35. Thank God I'm alive. That's 350 unbroken. No water breaks. All gas, no brakes, no water. 350 in the bag. We got 350 left.
all I wanted to do.
Light work, champ. Let's go.
That's all I wanted to do. And thank God I did that. But the thing about it, with a lot of people, they don't have that. Their parents raise the kids very differently now. The kids don't have that sense of self. And I believe in self-discipline, self-pride, self-motivation. No one has that self anymore. That self is gone. So that driving force that tells you, I have to do this. I took great pride in the fact that I was nobody. And what you just described put goosebumps on me because that's exactly what I took pride in. But I'm gonna make sure you're good. You're good. My mama tells you right now, she's right there sitting. She knows I don't buy myself shit. I take great pride in that. I don't want shit. Because how I'm wired to, hey mom, I'm gonna get you this, and this. My girl, everybody's got everything. I don't even own a car. That's a multi-millionaire. I said it with pride. Because when I was here as a man, and men may not even want to hear this. It sounds so barbaric. That's the pride that you have as a man. And you see your mom, you see your girl, you see your kids, you see all this, you see them doing well. That's all a real man wants. You don't know about how they dress, how they look, with their private. You don't do shit. Because why? Your trophies are your family, and you're all walking around. Every man that sees you, they see you walking with some sweatpants, but they know your family's fault because you put the time in, you put the effort in, you put the work in. And as a man, we don't like none of that shit. We just, and that's what men don't give a fuck about now. But the one thing I want is for my family to look at me and say, that's the man, right there. And men don't have that. They don't know what that feels like. So until you know what that feels like, you're never going to seek that feeling. I have big dreams. A lot of us have big dreams, big goals. And when you have goals that are maybe outside your reach, you have to know that getting to that goal, you're going to have a lot of bad days, a lot of setbacks. Like when I was losing 106 pounds in 3 months, the first 2 months or the first 2 weeks, it's like I was gaining weight. You know, I would lose a pound, gain 2. I can't spend much time in that fail zone. I have to be able to get up and get active the next day just as fast. Because my goal was to be a Navy SEAL. I don't have time to stay here and feel bad for myself for weeks and months and years because I'll lose that time. So the big thing is know that if you have big goals, big dreams, along the way, failure is going to happen. So how fast you get up from that? And you got to teach yourself that. But the biggest key to success in anything you do is you got to have unlimited supply of this drive, this passion. And it may come from nothing. Like for me, there was no passion, no drive, no nothing. But I had this fire that I'm going to be somebody. And it has to be there because on all those bad days and all those days you don't want to do, you have to be your own motivator, your own coach, your own trainer, your own everything. So to do that, you have to come into work and work is whatever your work may be, ready to go. What that means is you may have failed miserably yesterday, but you come to work like you're like, hey, you just lost everything. How the hell are you just fucking motivated? Because this is what it takes. This is what it takes. And you gotta get it from wherever you can. So you make up this illusion of your life or this false reality that gets you motivated. Whatever gets you motivated is gonna be here at the tip of your brain at all times. Because in those dark moments, you gotta pull it out. So that's the big thing for me, man. I was always fired up at all times.
2,
There's
3,
people in
4,
these different,
5,
I guess, programs
6,
that do it for 30 days.
8,
And there's a lot of programs that have on 30 days.
10,
And 30-day programs,
30.
I'm gonna tell you right now, 30 days is the permanent. You wanna make it permanent. Permanent, you start talking about a year, 18 months, 2 years, that's a sacrifice. And when you commit yourself to something for a year, you're not gonna say, oh, I'm gonna let that go. Because in your mind, you have it clear as day. That year took a lot out of you. That year built you. That year started to scrape away all that scar tissue.
4,
Start to
5,
clean you up.
6,
30 days will clean you up. 30 days just kind of
8,
covers up, put a blanket over it. It's like putting a rug over it. A year, it cleans you up nice. And then
top 37.
if you can get
Say a prayer.
Hear something.
Up to 37.
My first question was, okay, what do you want to give up? What do you want to sacrifice? What are you willing to forgo? Because a lot of people, I used to guys one time, I was a trainer. He was like, I can stop doing anything but my machines. I go from here. Because I'm looking for that person like me. It's hard for people to understand how I lost 106 pounds in just 3 months. I sat down at the table and I said to myself, what do you do?
1, 2,
Everything.
3, 4,
And when
5,
you come to me,
6,
that kind of mindset,
7,
I can work with you. When
8,
you are willing to strip yourself down to nothing
9,
and give everything, that's what I'm
10.
now I can mold
Pop, 38.
you want to be.
Looking good.
When you put this
Feeling oh so fucking great.
That's what my first question is. How bad do you want this? If it's as bad as you want to live, breathe, sleep, whatever the hell it may be, I can work with you. But a lot of people, most people don't want it that badly. So they always ask the question, how do you get to where you are? You know how to be you. You know exactly how to be you or how to be you. You don't want to do it. So I can't make you do it. In order to have the time or energy to force you into that place that I know you have to be to do it. There's no luck in this game, man. You don't need luck. But the luck happens after you bust your ass and you put yourself in that lucky situation. Luck doesn't happen. You put yourself in that situation where luck might happen. And that's what people don't know. But to get there, luck ain't gonna happen. To put yourself in that situation, man. It's just not work. People catch themselves. They look at somebody, and because their mind can't imagine it, they then start talking shit. This you have to be doing this, you have to be doing that. There has to be some trick, there has to be some potion. This is what can be done. which is why you being people are where they are today. If you have not, you shackled your mind to have limits. Everybody has a limit, but find it first.
1, 2,
Around it.
pop 39, looking good and oh so fucking fine. We only got 310 more times. That's 31 more rhymes for you egg-headed motherfuckers, looking like fucking Frankenstein.
And it happens. People get hurt by these people. I love you. You're telling me every day. Because I used to be a motherfucker too. You're showing me every day who you are. You're 23 million people. You're watching me, but you don't want to admit you're watching. This is great. I know exactly who you are. So, while they want to come on, some of them want to come on and offend me. Gotta see what's up, guys. Gotta see what's up. You must see TV, so you gotta watch it. So that's amazing. I know who you are. First of all, they can take your life serious. This is a great person trying to take David guidance. First thing. The second thing is, where you go? What do you want to do with your life? Like you saw David Goggins because now you must have followers. I'm going to imitate this guy. I'm going to be a big old fat white dude that runs. And so those are the
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
you look like you're late 20s, late 30s.
9.
Where you going, bro? Like, right now, you need to really
Pop, number 40,
look, man,
Rick and Morty.
our time frame is done.
400 in the bag. We got 300 left. Light work, let's go, champ.
You just scramble around unless you have good direction. Then you might figure it out from 30 to 50 something, maybe 60. Then you get back at like people don't get that. So you're sitting around here, running around and shut up, and you're in that window now of like you're starting to waste time, bro. You're starting to waste time. My military career was everything for me. And I won't go too deep into it, but when you are trying to take away something that I worked so hard for because you have a thing against me, now a lot of people who are jealous, I'm a man, so I offend a lot of other so-called men, just to cut to the chase, all right? It took a lot for me to be a man. It ain't. It's the hardest thing, man, a person can ever do in the world is be a man. Real dude. From working out to eating to family to doing all this shit. You ain't happy a lot. A lot. So all this people are like, oh man, I ain't happy a lot. All right? I ain't supposed to be. So when you live that way, the people do think, fine. They saw the work you put in. It makes the the alpha. This alpha feels a little weird about you. So after a while, when you exceed the standards of the military, exceed the standards of Navy SEALs, and you constantly go into this direction, this is fat young black dude can swim. Now you exceed the standard, starts to rub some people the wrong way. And I would tell people about it. Not like talking shit to them, but we gotta be better. Like I talked to that Ranger back there. Sure did. We are. That's what we gotta do. So when you try to take that from me, I don't care who likes me. I'm going to attack you head on. You're gonna see my face. I'm not gonna cower. I'm gonna call you down. I'm gonna bring my shit because I earned that. So that's one thing that's what sucks at me. No, it's that much for me to sit back and know I'm gonna possibly have a whole community coming at me. Think about it. I'm one dude. I'm attacking a whole bunch of motherfuckers. That's why it's easy just to shut the fuck up. Just quietly go away. I sat back for months and said, man, I gotta figure this. And I went through everything. I know this is gonna come with it, this is gonna come with it, this is gonna come with it. But I'll be able to fuck police at night as a man. And that's what came of that. You know, he ran his mouth, he lied. And I said, well, I guess I gotta do this time. It's time. A real person, a real alpha, a real go-getter,
3,
they ain't saying
4, 5,
that's why you would
6,
never,
7,
ever
8,
hear me
9,
talking somebody's name,
10.
running my mouth about somebody.
Top
I
41.
don't know what you went through.
I do it just for fun.
I didn't wear the shoes you wore when you were a kid. I didn't grow up in your dumb house. I didn't have your dumb family. I don't know shit about you. So guess what I do? Shut up. Because real men don't say shit. Because first of all, we're too busy trying to grind to get better. Second of all, unless we know what we know, we shut up. Nowadays, there's not many real men who live by that creed of like, you know, if you're on social media running your fucking mouth, you're honestly, that's not me trying to be some after school special.
4, 5,
you really are.
6,
Real men ain't doing it. You really don't care about that gossip and bullshit.
9,
It's work, man.
10. Pop 42. I do this shit just for you, YouTube.
Planetary Design will pour 60 cups of coffee for 60 adventurers.
Shoot must count.
Shop small business on Amazon.
I take snapshots. So every time I'm in a bad situation, I study. That's the only reason I do have to do, because I'm studying this shit. Because I know that I never thought I was going to be writing books and trying to help people get better. But I was always trying to do it because I knew I sucked. And so when you know you're trying to get somewhere and you know you suck, you know that you were born moving.
4,
You are taking
5,
snapshots.
6,
You know, you
7,
see something on your phone,
8.
like, oh man, I'm gonna take a snapshot of that.
Get off that ass and come get it with me.
Because I know that I can use that later. I can use it because I'm not out there most people, they go out and they run. They go out and do it. And they're like, oh, this beautiful, look at the mountains and the shit and all this bullshit. No, I don't like it. My body hurts. I'm hurting. How do we get to this? And it's a lab. It's my mental lab. And so when I come home, I'm not forgetting it. And the second every day I get done running, every day I get to work, and every day I get to studying, wherever it is that brings me to that place of knowledge, I come home and that book was mostly written on scratch piece of paper in hand. So I come home from running and I write everything out. I write everything out, all those things. And as I'm running, I'm talking about it. So all these things that pop in my head as I continue to run, I'm going through it. I'm starting to layer it down. I'm starting to break it down. It's, okay, that happened. Okay, now let's layer this. Because that's just not how it happened. This didn't happen that way. What led up to this? And so it becomes me by myself in school. I'm literally going to school right now and I'm learning. So when I come home, I write it out. And then I'm able to write it out and I'm able to think about it. It's okay. Oh, this is good shit. This will help me later on. And then it becomes what it is now. You have a good life, man. A fucking good life. I don't write from that place. I write from the place that I am, the place that created who I am. I go back to that place. I call it going back to scratch. I can't write about David Goggins. Now, David Goggins now is a success. People want to get to feel whatever success is for them. They want to feel that. So I can't write it here at David Goggins' success. I must write a David Goggins. Man, I don't feel good about myself. And every day I go through that journey. So that's where it comes from. It comes from scratch. And all my knowledge comes from going back to where the real growth doesn't happen. You make it so far, you make it so high up to whatever it's trying to be. You know what growth is? Small growth. But you remember back,
Pop 44. We only got 260 more.
Learning lessons learned. So I always read that. That's why I'm a wildland firefighter now. I'm a smoke jumper. I don't do that shit. I go back. That's where I learn. I always go back to school. I always go back to the basics. I always go back to first grade. People have talent. People have a lot of talent. And this is going beyond your talent. So when there's no more talent, what happens to you? Most people quit. People only go to their talent level. And once the talent level is gone, it becomes a mental grade. That the whole mental game sets in. And most people can only perform to their talent. And they realize, man, why am I always messing up right here? Why is this like my big hurdle? It's because you're performing to your talent. And then after that, your mind has nothing for you. Nothing for you. I see fighters, I see runners, I see people who are great, but they get to the edge of their talent. It's like, man, what's up? Because you're now at the point now where your talent ain't gonna do shit for you, my friend. Now it's the mental game. And that's where people get lost in life, get lost in that next level. And that next level is found for me in the things that I do. It's misunderstood. But when you train the mind the way I train mine, fucking ready, man. Fucking ready, because first of all, I didn't have much talent. So I had to train one fucking thing. You better train your fucking mind. Because my talents can run out way early. When shit got hard for me back in the day, bro, I'm done. I'm out. See you. Okay. I got to invent a motherfucker that can. So I invented God.
One,
I invented
two,
a motherfucker
three,
that realized
4,
we're not good
5,
enough.
6,
But God
7,
realizes
8,
we're mentally
9,
strong as fuck.
10.
And we're going to outstrength these motherfuckers.
Pop 45.
People with the talent
Thank
problem,
God I'm still alive. 450 in the bag. We got 250 left.
If you're their
Let's
coach,
dig in. Let's work. Let's go, champ.
and we got to get you past this talent problem. We got to get to the point where you're into that mental zone. And we got to get you past your talent. It's hard for coaches to take these fighters or whoever past their talent. And on the other side of that is when they gain true levels. The levels beyond talent, that's where it really is. Because if you ever take a motherfucker down to deep end, well, I'm deep end qualified. I ain't deep end qualified. I got my fucking deep end certification. The harder it is, the more you start to push back. And the more you push back, and it's not right for people to talk about. It's not right for, like I say, you are fat. I was fat. So I talk about it. Go ahead and say something, motherfucker. I was fat too. And it was hard every fucking day to get up. I know what it feels like. When you go on your fat ass out of bed, all you want is some damn cinnamon buns and shit. And fucking chocolate milkshake. I know what it is. I know exactly what it is. But I can't want it more than you. And so many people just want it the easy way. I'm sorry, man. It's not. So what they start to do is to build this marriage. It's okay. When the marriage should be, you need to fuck work hard. You need to fuck discipline your mind better. We need to help people more than just saying it's okay.
10.
It's okay.
Pop 46. I do this shit just for kicks.
That's not okay. It's not okay. It's not acceptable. Even though it's your life, if that's acceptable, that's unacceptable. And there's a lot of people in this world, me included, that if I accepted that, I wouldn't be anywhere. So yeah, a lot of people just they start creating a narrative about themselves that make it okay. The ultimate get out of jail free card, and now the world is set up to have so many get out of jail free cards. Always be ready. Never get ready. People go, oh hey, what are you training for, David?
2,
I ain't training for
3,
shit. When something pops up, I'll be fucking ready. When Cam pops up, and Cam calls, hey man, I'm gonna be in Las Vegas. You gonna go for a run?
10.
Sure do.
Pop 47. Say a prayer.
While the run sucked,
Up to heaven.
I was ready. And whenever I feel like something, I say, man, how do you handle it? I feel fine. I feel all the fucking time. How do you handle it? What I'm trying to do, and this isn't being arrogant, man. It's being real. Not many people are trying to do it. So there's not many people who can open their mouth and criticize me. Second, third, fourth, fifth attempt. I look at them as attempts. I look at anything as failure. Because when you're going to try to do something, not trying is failure.
1, 2,
That's some after school special.
4,
But when you're able to go out there, there's no
Yeah.
it's the tips.
Hey.
If you're trying to do something that's bigger than you, whatever you are, whoever you are, if you're paralyzed, trying to walk one step,
10.
that's your first.
Pop, 48.
That's your biggest thing.
Looking good.
That's how your mind
Feeling great.
So
I had to work out
failure's big.
before I eat that full food to play that.
You get so much
I
power
gotta-
with words. I don't.
Let them hate.
Power right away. I have to be strong because a lot of people aren't. So, that's why I don't cower from shit, at all. I'll take on whatever challenges in front of me. I take it on because a lot of people don't have that courage, and it's hard to be brave. It's fucking hard to speak up for what you believe in. And so I called, he's like, yeah, and it was silent, a very silent pause, and they told me what happened. And he hung himself. And I was like, yeah, it was fucked up. So, that's why another reason I hate being a public figure, because it's not a public figure that I am. Like, it's funny, I hang around some people who are real public figures, like celebrities, and they want to share their story in their life about how they changed. That's a massive responsibility that people understand. They come to you and they share the demons that they've gone through, the hardships that they've gone through. And they say, you and your book and what you've done and your social media. That's why I make sure.
Pop, 49. Looking good, feeling fine. That's 49 in the bag. We only got 210 more times. That's 21 more rhymes for you egg-headed motherfuckers that didn't finish the third fucking grade.
I want you to understand, I'm your biggest, for you who aren't the mind and complaining, I'm your biggest fuck shooter. I want to see you do great. I want to see you do great. Now, a lot of that shit comes from that fucking email from that kid who killed himself. I got to like 2 or 3 months too late. And I shit every day I play on my. You're not the smartest person. I had this. So my big thing was how I addressed that problem was I had to sit down. Each thing that is wrong with you has to be a focal point. You can't look at this gigantic list and say, I gotta change all this shit. My God, this is crazy. So, you take off the first one. I want to be smart. For me, that was my thing. I have to become more intelligent. I'm such a, how can I do this? I'm not gonna learn like you. I'm not gonna learn like anybody else. How am I gonna figure this out?
2,
So I did
3,
figure that, okay.
4,
Where my strengths here? Where my weaknesses?
6, 7,
all right, man.
8,
How am I gonna do this? I
9.
figured out a way to do it. By just strategizing. So how
That's light work. This shit is easy, bro. Let's go, champ.
I have to write each page out, maybe 10 times. So there was 1,000-page diagram that I got 18 months before I went to dive school. Most people, I'm not smart, I'm gonna go so I can pass this test. I realized, hang on a second, I'm not smart. How can I get past this? How can I get through this obstacle? I need to acquire this book 18 months in advance because it took me 18 months to write down each page over and over again, to then put it to memory. So when the question came up, I had written that question so many times down on paper that I can recall, okay, page 7 volumes, but you cannot focus on just on the one thing at a time. It's one of the biggest things in the world. A lot of us, mediocrity everywhere right now. And we're all trying to find an easy way out. And we're judging ourselves. Let's say there's 10 people in this room, and we're all mediocre. But I'm the best of the mediocre people. I now think I'm great. I'm great. We surround ourselves around people that make us feel great, that tell us what we want to hear. The second we put ourselves amongst the uncommon people, we don't like that feeling. That challenge and feeling of that person breaking up 3:30 in the morning and say, hey, push your strong, we're going for a run. We don't like that challenge. We like that person who says, hey, oh man, I don't feel good today, man. And they say, oh, it's okay, brother. Take the day off, go get a pizza and watch the game. We like that. We love that feeling. Why? Because you understand that we're good, bro. We don't want that mother like this. Hey man, no, bro. Get your going, man. Stop being a punk. We don't want that in our lives. We don't want that person who's constantly challenging our weaknesses. We want that person constantly, making us feel nice and good and secure in us. That's the mediocrity of life.
500 in the bag. We got 200 left.
Vitamins get all the credit. Minerals do all the work. Trace Minerals. Minerals keep you moving.
I meet people who think they're right when everyone else thinks they're wrong.
That's me.
What up, Billy Bob? What up, Jake? What up, Arizona? What up, Lucy? Appreciate the thumbs up, guys.
On your time. Learn more at wgu.edu.
We want to be the best amongst the average people. We don't wonder, how do you stay hungry all the time? Because after I accomplish something, I don't sit back like a lot of guys who graduate buds, graduate this, graduate that. They get comfortable. They wonder why I'm getting weak, man. I don't know, I lost my edge. What's going on? Because once you hit the top of the mountain, guess what happens? I'm good. I'm good, so you wonder why you're falling down now. Because once you reach the top of the mountain, you got to go to the other one. That's mediocrity. There's a lot of people in mediocrity who have a nice resume, but they're one-timers, man. They hit a one-time deal, they busted open, got a lot of money, but they're good. You're mediocre now, man. What are you doing today, tomorrow, the next day? That's why I listen to theorists. 2, 3, I listen to all that bullshit.
4.
And that's the person I listen to. That's the person who's gaining knowledge. You gain knowledge through suffering. And on the other end of suffering is a world that very few have ever seen. It's a beautiful world, because that's where you find yourself. On the other end of that race.
1, 2,
at 19 hours,
3,
I found,
4,
wow,
5,
there's a whole other
6,
world out
7.
there. There's something where people, it's just a comfortable world. A lot of us say, like for instance, I see these athletes right now who retire. I'm 38, I'm 39. I did 20 years at the top of my game, and I'm chilling out now. You see them a year later and how they look. What the hell just happened? What the hell? You're one of the greatest athletes of all time. Kids looked up to you. Women, men, all ages looked up to you.
1,
And they hit
2,
the pinnacle where
3,
they're trying to retire,
4,
and their mind
5,
says, wow,
6,
I'm
7,
civilized. The worst thing that could ever happen to
8,
any human being is they become civilized. That
9,
total accountability, like even when you retire, there's a motherfucker that me in me right now,
10.
man. I was the
Pop,
baddest
53.
person that ever lived.
Get off that ass and come get it with me. 53.
You gotta wake up, even though you retire, you gotta retire. You're setting the example every single day of your life. And being civilized feels so good. I'm sorry, man. Once you get to the top, you may retire, but you ain't never coming back home, man. Now you're judged. People see you falling off. You want to be that guy who knows I may be retired from the sport or wherever I did, but I'll be damned if you ever see me looking like shit, feeling like shit, not arriving. People, I've arrived mentality. You're always setting the example. Civilization feels so good. These comfortable feelings are what people want. They want retirement. They want that. They need that. It's a yearning feeling. I want it too. People love putting a label on me about, my God, man, you're just right now. I gotta fucking wake up tomorrow and do the same shit again. I gotta leave this fucking interview and go stretch out for 2.5 hours. I hate that. Great shot. You pick a gun up a year from now. The only way to keep people rusty is to constantly over that mother. She exists. You got to keep challenging it every day. How do I do it? How am I able to do what I do on a daily basis? How do I fight the demons? Because they hear me speak and I'm very raw and real. How do you fight my insecurities? All these things. And they're there every day. Every day, like you said, I'm in search for a feeling. I'm not in search for a trophy. I'm not in search for love. I'm not in search for more followers on Instagram or social media. When I started this journey years ago, and I realized that I'm going to be somebody, and I'm searching for a feeling of true victory for myself, and only by myself. Yeah, I'm all about people. I'm all about team. I'm all about that shit. But I'm really all about right now and in my life, just like you said, no one knows the real truth about how hard I really go. I don't care if anybody knows. I don't want anybody to know. I'm an introvert. I live an introverted life. And I love that about me.
2, 3,
That right there is my fuel.
5,
Is I know
6,
that there's really
7,
no one out there
8,
grinding
9,
like me. And if they are, so
10.
be it.
Pop 54. We only got 160 more. Find a towel, find the floor. Like I said, we got 160 more.
I told you the last ones on the show.
Let's go, champ.
I view myself as the weakest person on the planet. My goal in life was to, in my mind, believe I'm the hardest man alive. And that's why the whole thing is you can't hurt me. That's what it's about. It's about whatever you think you are. You have to make those insecurities, those fears. Like when I was 300 pounds, I didn't have any drive. I'm gonna go be a Navy SEAL. What kind of stupid shit is that, 300 pounds? It wasn't like a drive to go be a Navy SEAL. I was an insecure, lying kid, afraid. I had to look at my insecurities, the whole stack of it, all around you. See, insecurities,
1, 2,
you gotta dive deep
3,
in that shit. It's all in there.
5,
All the
6.
energy.
You got him
I
alive.
found it right there in my own insecurities. I found drive in my own insecurities. And that's the most powerful thing in the world. And you can find drive in your own doubt, fear, insecurities. You become very unstoppable.
Just going in at 9.
Obviously. But I'm gonna go kind of, I'm a very
You're just going in at 9.
philosophical person. I'm gonna go there with you real quick. I believe in a higher power. Don't know the name, don't know where it's coming from, don't anything like that. But I believe that this power, they say David Goggins, born February 17, 1975 at 6 a.m. They write the chart now because they can see everything. They know exactly where you're supposed to be. They know where you're supposed to be. You die, you go to so-called heaven. You arrive at heaven, I'm 300 pounds. I retired as an Ecolab guy, which is okay, it's just a job, whatever. I go up there and God looks at me and he shows me my chart. And my chart on there says you're supposed to be a Navy SEAL. You're supposed to weigh 185 pounds. You're supposed to be one of the smartest people on the planet, this, all this. You see this. And now you're in heaven, you're making heaven, but you're like, God, I was supposed to make that life. I was supposed to make that life.
2,
And then you find out that the reason why, because we all think that you
6,
pray on it, if you do this, if you do that, whatever,
8,
it don't work.
9,
You just, whatever, it's magically happen.
10. Pop
No.
56.
I believe
Just for
that when
fucking
I'm all said
kicks.
and done with, my whole job is to outwork the chart. Whatever the chart says about me, the all-knowing power up there, I want to get up there and say, him look at me and say, I know everything. I didn't see this. I want to feel that. I want to get to the other end of this fucking world, and however I'm being judged, whoever's judging me, to look at me and say, I did not. You know, I had you at 185, I had you at this, but all these others, I was riding as you were living it. I want to find more. All I can. And in that sack of shit, you have to dive in that to find more. Because if you're not willing to go in there and face it,
1,
I can
2,
find anything.
3,
You live right here on surface, man, right here on surface.
6,
So
7.
if there is an ending to this world, there is someone going, this is a judgment. You're
10.
gonna get there, you might see a chart. My spirit life, I just would just suffer a little bit. I just get rid of that shit. You realize I had so much more, but fear is 40% living here versus living here. Being afraid. Stop. So that's I'm a big guy in visualizing. I'm a big guy in making a world. It may not exist. To me, it does. To me, it does. And I'm overpowering myself every day. And you gotta find tools to do that. That's the tool that I use. So that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
You said in the book that the only thing to fear is the man standing back at you in the mirror. I thought that was insanely powerful and seemed tied to this. Is there something else to that, or is that what you're talking about?
That's what I'm talking about.
10.
You're
They need to get off their ass and participate. Zoe, brush your teeth. Hey, knock me on your shoulder one time and brush your teeth.
jugo de limón y dejamos marinar durante 6 horas en el refrigerador.
And there's lots of natural light and great flow. And before we head upstairs, you should know.
Life is the one you have for yourself. You wake up with it. The thing about this book I have, it's about you. It is about you. It's strictly about you finding who you are. So many people die, live 100 years, never even know who they are. Never know who they are.
1,
You have to look
2,
in that mirror
3,
and know
4,
there's so much
5,
more in here, man.
6,
Because I can really right now be a 300-pound guy
9.
spraying for cockroaches still to this day.
Shit.
But then I look in that mirror and say, there
Pop,
has
pop,
to be more to
59.
this.
Looking good, feeling fine. I'm aging like some fine fucking wine. We only got 110 more times. That's 11 more rhymes for you egg-headed motherfuckers looking like fucking Frankenstein.
Not just maybe anybody that can accomplish anything that is hard. Your separator is that they really want to be there. There's some people that get inspired, and that inspiration moves them to try to do something. But the inspiration, bring me, I can. I watch a movie about some bad, just you're inspired. But the second you're not in this environment, and you're actually doing what inspired you, that suck factor is not real. You can't just get off your couch and get a shake or get a fucking box of donuts or turn the TV or take a shit or piss and go get your girlfriend to come up. No, you're now there. And only those people who have been there 1,000,000 times in their minds
1, 2,
and have lived in that water and have suffered 1,000,000 times and realize my legs may break.
9,
My knees will break.
10.
My bones will hurt. I will
Pop,
be
pop,
the
number
oldest
60.
I will
Feeling
be
mixy. 600 in the fucking bag. We got 100 left.
I call my 176.
Light work, chill.
Your mind immediately says, get them out of here. Everybody does, even if you want to be there. And then you start to say to yourself, if you want something like that, like, this is stupid. This is going to get these guys injured. Like, they're just paying for this for the rest of their lives. I'm not going to break my body up to do this. Your mind starts to say, yeah, this is stupid. But if you are already knowing that this is going to happen to you, you have already answered these questions that your mind starts to give you when you're in suffer mode. And that's what I realized.
You turn this your visualization of those moments over and over.
Over and over again. You have to be there but not there at the graduation.
Okay.
You got to be there in the worst parts that you know over and over again. You got to live that in peace now. And I want you to see yourself. Because I'm suffering right along with you. I want to see you get through it. I want to see what you're made of. I want to see like almost like the Coliseum, Rome. Let's go to the Coliseum. And the only way to see who the baddest motherfucker is to suffer. You can't do it by right people. So that's the message I'm going to get across to people is once you change one thing, your mindset, you can attack it. everything. And I find it fascinating. I'm fascinated. I'll be in these moments. I put these guys on some fucking pedestals.
Which people with you?
They doing me, they should. And I was this guy who was a piece of shit. Look at you, my God, how you guys is amazing. But once I worked my way up there, that's my God, man. We can all compete, motherfucker. Let's go. So, do I like suffering? I like to kicks the shit down to a point where in their mind, what got me bad at pararescue was when I was going through it, I said, I'm only going to do this one time. And so many people in special ops, whether they believe it or not, in anything, special ops in anything, that's hard. I'm only doing this one time. Once you say that, you yourself. So who I was this nobody guy. And I created this Goggins. And that Goggins, there's David Goggins and there's Goggins. David Goggins is a calm, cool guy that sits back. Used to be, weak kid. Now he's just a normal guy. Goggins is a guy that is going to tape up his legs to go after it. In that book, you read about David Goggins and also Goggins. What I realized in my life is that Goggins is who I love. Goggins is who I created. My dad created David Goggins. I created Goggins. So what's happening with me, and since Can't Hurt Me came out, and since I got on social media, which is why I don't like social media, I'm not on there.
Top 61, just for fun.
I have to do me. So people get it twisted, man. I am who I am. What's in that book is me. So now what they see is this guy who's trying to get people to get off their... That just happened to happen. I didn't set out. And I set out to be a CEO, set out to go to radio school, all those things, I break records. I didn't set out to please people. I didn't set out to say, hey, pay me now. I got a great story.
One.
And I realize now that my life has kind of gotten to the point where people know me, and I follow and whatnot. The biggest depression of my life is you get caught up in helping so many people out, and it's great, and I love that, but you lose yourself.
Pop 62.
It literally,
if I can do it, so can you.
Oh my God, like you're changing. I get all that, man. But what the is making that I'm more. I am not the that you are now being motivated from. So right now, I'm now not back to God. I'm now back to running 100 miles. I'm now back to giving. I saw it. I talk to my girl about all the time. You travel, you speak, you do all this. It's all great and dandy for most people. I'm God. What makes me me is
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pop 63. Get off that ass and come get it with me.
When the sun dust settles and the engine finally roars, the thing your wallet. Because we believe no matter what you're working on, you need high quality tools at a great price. And that's what we're all about. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight.
What I don't like, what I'm not comfortable with, like I know that only I can fix these problems. I know where you are. I know where, because I've been there. That's why I help so many people out. I've never been above you. I've always pretty much been beneath you, and that's where my knowledge came from. So I know how to reach those people who are in the dungeon, because I've been there so many times. So I started seeing myself very differently than an average human being. I was like, wait on a second. I have something they don't have. And that's when I started to develop these things, still working out. It was this great, never-ending work ethic. And through work ethic, I developed self-esteem. So I started realizing that I got to start facing the struggle, and I got to be mentally strong for the struggle. So that's where I started coming up like, I'm training for life. Mentally, I'm training for life. I'm not training for life. to lift 400 pounds. And I found out on my own pretty much is that through discipline, through self-discipline, through repetition, through tons of repetition, the same thing that you don't want to do, that's the key thing. Through repetition of things you don't want to do, you develop mental like an armor.
Top 64. We only got 60 more.
We do stuff that sucks every day. So when the suck stuff comes, you're ready for it. And that's how I started coming up. You know, I just started being very uncomfortable. And now it's like just a way of life. Discipline was huge, but then we always fall back on what's comfortable with us. What's comfortable for me was, if it's easy for me, you know, I'm going to do it. And so when I was going through rescue training, I ran up against an obstacle that I didn't think I was going to run up, and it was the water. I didn't hit the water. But I tried hard to get over that. And I would go to the pool and I would try, but my mind wasn't strong enough. David Goggins, even with all the discipline, I didn't have that next level. When you're truly committed to something, not like where you like, you know, I want to be a doctor, but when I run into this roadblock, I don't want to be a doctor. No, I'm going to be a doctor from hell and high water. I knew that kind of commitment. And David Goggins didn't know about that commitment. I knew how to wash a car. I knew how to clean a house. I knew how to, you know, do all these manual jobs. But when it came down to true suffering, to the highest of suffering, I didn't have that next level of, all right, we have this next level. David Goggins
top 65.
So
Thank God I'm alive.
I want to be great, but I don't have greatness in me. So I had to create a mother that was great. And I started finding things that was comfortable. And the more things I found comfortable, the more uncomfortable my mind was. Because that voice I was telling you about, it always was there. I was just trying to avoid that conscience. I wanted to be left alone from that conscience. They didn't want to leave me alone. So I got out of the Air Force and I started working for a job called Ecolab, where you spray for cockroaches at 24 and spraying at different steak and shakes, Red Lobster, whatever, from 11 o'clock at night to 7 o'clock in the morning. And what changed, I came home and watched this Discovery Channel show, Class 224. I came home from Steak and Shake. I sprayed it down last, did a big old large 42, old fat guy who, yeah, I worked out, but I was fat. I didn't run, didn't PT, I just hit the gym. So I'm driving home, turning the TV on, and what comes on is Discovery Channel show, and that's when everything changed for me. I had to get uncomfortable and tell people all this. You think it feels good to tell people about it? I had a 4th grade reading level in high school. I stuttered. I lied to people and be their friends. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good at all. But maybe somebody's doing the same. And maybe they can realize, wow, that mother was a piece of. And now he's a Navy SEAL, retired guy, and runs these miles and was 297 pounds and pathetic. And wow. And people say, why are you talking? It's the fucking truth. I was a pathetic motherfucker, man. People cannot say that to themselves. We have to choose these great magical words.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Top 66. Just for kicks.
It's mean, but you might be done. It's life, man. Take it for what it's worth and change it. That's why there's a lot of average. It makes me so mad. Every day I walk this earth and I see average all over the place. And when I ask you, how did you do it? I can't tell you how, because you're not gonna do it. You're not gonna do it. You're gonna continue to be like this every day you wake up, like you said, like coffee. Wake up, you make pancakes, kiss the girl, kiss the kids. You wake up, like, you immediately like,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Because you did.
Pop, 67. Say a prayer. Up to heaven, 67.
And a lot of people don't go down that journey instead of who they are, who they're not. It's not a pretty journey. Like, I've gone down it. It's not like I went down it once. I go down it all the time. And when you unlock that, and you turn it off. Like, people say, hey, well, how come you haven't retired? I built all this willpower. You think it's going to let me just retire because my knees hurt? It's telling me every morning. I wake up like, man, oh, my knees hurt, my legs hurt, my body hurts. And you can still run. So why aren't you running? If you can still run, there'll be a time when you can't lace a cage from that person could have died.
7,
Very
9,
fat, lazy, person.
10. Pop, 68. Looking good. Feeling great. Let them fucking hate.
But you decide to live in this space over here. Because between greatness, or between this space here and greatness, there's a lot of you. There's so much space to work. And we just, that comes to overcoming. A lot of people, wonder, how do you, and now this is what happens. This is on the other side of overcoming. You become very, very powerful when you overcome yourself. All those things you once cowered from, you're afraid of, you face them eye to eye every day. You gotta become a person who has a great context for everything that is makes no sense. All these insecure people put their insecurities on you, you gotta flush it out. You gotta just be whoever they in one thing, and that is yourself. And I'm not saying don't believe in God or what you believe in, but right now, for you to find greatness in yourself, you're not gonna find it by looking in a book or by even hearing me. I'm going to give you the spark, but you've got to go inside yourself to find it. And that means you got to be quiet. Shut the shit up, go in a room, stop talking, search your soul, search your mind, search your ability, and you'll find it. But if you're not looking for it, you won't find it. So you got to go start the journey.
Pop, 69. Looking good and feeling fine.
Why am I here? And if you don't know that, you will really rest your life searching, always asking the question, why? If you're going to suffer and go back in the grind, that internal dialogue you have with yourself when you're in misery and you're uncomfortable, it's a real, scary, unfiltered, no lying dialogue between you and yourself. And people know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about when you're in a bad spot in life and your mind is saying all kind of, that's who you really are. That's the real you. No Rocky Balboa moments going on up there. Like, hey, it's around 14. Let's come on, we got this. No, it's like, I'm out of here. That's crazy. That's where the growth happens. When you're able to stay in that moment and talk to yourself back into the suck of wherever you're going through, and you start stripping those layers away. But as you're stripping those layers away, you're building calluses over top it in your mind. That's when the growth starts to happen, is when you have to force yourself to stay in it. You can't leave it. So I'm trying to give you tools on how to do that. And I'm not going to see you to smile and be happy about it. It's a hard journey. It's a real journey. It's a journey that's going to take you way outside of being comfortable. You be very, very comfortable. And once you become complacent, you become civilized, you thrive, you don't good for anybody. There may be some days you get up, you poop your pants. I'm like, man.
Pop, number 70. That's 700 in the fucking bag. Plus we did 100 earlier. That's 800 on the day. We did a 14-mile run. We did a dumbbell superset. That's light work, baby, every day. Let's go.
So you want to be, so you just want to be like everybody else that roams the world.